Continuing from the previous tutorial on how to create page layout with Bootstrap, I'm now going to show you how do we actually put in the content into that layout, as well as to style how they look like what you see in front of you here. Okay, now in the first column over here, I'm going to insert the logo. To insert an image to your page, you have to use this code here called img src equals to the image that I have in the logo folder, this one. That's how we insert an image into the page. So when we were to save this file now and we preview it, you will now see that we have a logo here, but we can't see how the layout look like. So I'm going to add in a background color to this first row. To do that now, I have to go into my CSS file and add a style that can create a background color to this row. So what I have done over here is that I have created a style file here called main.css. In this file, I have created a style called bg-beige. So this is where I put in a color for my first row. So I'm going to use this class here to add the color. So what I will do now is that go back to my page and then I will add a color to my row, or maybe you want to add it to the column. It's up to you. So let's say if I were to put it here, that means now for this row here, it will have a color set by this class here called bg-beige. So when you save it now and you preview, you see there's a background color to this row. So now the next one is that we have to style the second row here, followed by the third row and the last one. For the second row, I'm going to use the background color provided by Bootstrap. I'm going to use one that's called bg-info. The icon that you see in the second row is actually created using Font Awesome, and the code you can get it from Font Awesome's website. The one that you see in the design that I have shown you is done through this code. So since I have two of them, I just repeat this code, and when I save it now and I preview my page, you see that I have this bar over here. Okay, then if I want to add some padding over here, what I can do is that I can make use of the style provided by Bootstrap to help me create the padding. For example, let's say now I come to this what we call column here, and I put padding top. In Bootstrap 4, padding top is done through this style called pt dash the value. Okay, the value now, let's say I want to use 2. Sorry, 2, and then I want the bottom pb dash 2. So over here is padding top and this is padding bottom. And when I save it now, you see there's a top padding and a bottom padding. Let's continue to the third row, first column. So what I have done is that I have some content over there. I have copied the content over and I paste into this column here. And then when I save my file, you will see that I have some content over here, but there's no background color. I'm going to now add a background color to this column here. This time I'm going to add a background color to my column alone, not the row. I will add it to the column itself. So here I'm going to make use of a default color provided by Bootstrap called BG secondary, as well as I will set all the text here to be white. To do that, I have to create my own style to set the color to be white. I have done it in my main.css over here. So what I can do is that I just copy the style and apply it to my column. And then when I save it now and I preview my page, I will have something like this. If I were to add a padding top here, just like what you have done just now, what you have seen just now, I will just simply put in pt, okay, let's say -2, and I save, and you will see that there will be a padding. So the same thing applies to the next column. The next column, I'm going to use a similar style to the one that I put in the first column. So, but this time I'm going to use a dark color for the background. Still, I will use back the same white color. And the content, I'm going to paste the content. Okay, this simply means that I'm going to get the image from this folder here, and then I add a style to this image, and the style for this image is stated in the main CSS file, where I set the width and height of the image to these two values. And now I'll go back to my HTML page and I save it now and preview. Then now I will have this. If I want to apply the same padding now, so what I can do is that go back to your column here and I set pt-2, and when I save now, I'm going to have the same padding as the one I have on the left hand side. Now it's time for the last row. Here I'm going to add a red color to my final row here. To do that, I can also make use of a default color provided by Bootstrap. So this time I use the color called Danger. It can be any color that you want, not necessarily must be this color that you see here. Let's say I want to add same padding. So when I save now and I go preview, I will have this color here, but then I have no content. So I'm going to add in some content now. The next content is actually the write up on the copyright statement. So what I can do here is I just put the text here. This one is actually the code that we can use to create the copyright icon or the symbol. So now if I were to save it now and I preview my page, there you go. You have this word over here. Now let's say if I want to make the words here in white and centerized, what I can do is that I go back to my code here, okay, and then I set, let's say, text center, and I save it now, and then I use back the white color that I've created, and save. Then when you preview, you see that the text will go to the center and white color. Okay, that's all for this tutorial.